He got deboed.
Hey, I was there. We were all
Yeah,
there.
we're all there. Texas Republic.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the next episode of Moskeando Y Pisteando. This is going to be episode 6. This time around, we have Los Coyotes Del Norte for you guys. So, funny story. This is the band I play in. If for everybody that doesn't know, this is the band I play in. So,
Funny thing.
you guys want to introduce yourselves? Let's go from down, Mr. Blue.
Lalo Mata, and I'm the singer.
AKA Big X the plug.
AKA
The
Big A the
plug.
My name is Fernando Garcia. I'm the bass player for Los Coyotes del Norte.
This is Angel Sextero.
De Live Mata, baterista.
Baterista.
Baterista, güey.
Baterista. There you go.
Simón. Yo soy Trinidad Rodriguez, a.k.a. Trini. I play the accordion and backups.
All right.
El manager.
También hable, don.
What is the Renero's manager?
Yo soy John Mata,
Es el staff.
amigo de aquí de los Coyotes del Norte.
And well, everybody knows me, right? So I play saxophone. Somewhat, right? I tried to shit. So, well, how do you guys feel about it, huh? Being here. I think that's the question I asked everybody at the beginning, but fuck it. How do y'all feel?
Weird. It's a first. It's a first for everybody, I guess.
Straight.
We just had a few shots. I feel kind of, but I feel weird too because having you guys is kind of weird because, you know, I play with you guys every weekend and we
Wait.
conversate every
You
day.
what with us every weekend?
I play with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we can go ahead and start with some questions for you guys. The first question that we have, and we have a lot of questions, honestly. So we're gonna move this right along. Okay, so first question on the list is from El Famous OP. Is who started the group? How did the group start? How did you guys do that?
That's a good
Oh.
question.
That's a good question because I mean I wasn't even here, so I don't honestly know how that went about.
Pass the mic to Fern.
Let's go back in history, Lalo. Take us
It
back.
goes back to the
I'm Fern.
80s. Dijo Lalo,
A
it
los
goes back to the
80s.
My
80s.
nigga Punch right here.
Nah, man. Empezamos este grupo in 2020, yeah.
Like around April
Uh,
2020.
It was April 2020, yeah. 420. Yeah, empezamos este grupo en el año 2020. Kind of just had the idea of starting something different, something new, and with a bunch of guys that, you know, were reliable and stuff, pretty much. And man, it's hard when you get put on the spot with questions. Like I had,
So who are the original guys?
well, the original guys are Lalo, me, Angel, and then there's 3 guys that aren't here anymore. Está Alejandro, who's actually a part of Vencedores del Bravo right now. Shout out to
Shout
Alejandro.
out to them.
We've got Eduardo. Eduardo's no longer a part of the band, but he's out there playing music still somewhere. And then we've got Armando Rodriguez. He was the drummer when we started the process, I guess you can say.
And that was the first band for some of y'all? Not right.
For
y'all-
Lalo, no. Lalo's been in part of several bands. He's actually had his own band back in the day.
Back when I was like 15.
La
Yeah.
Juventud?
Yeah.
Juventud,
I was like
yeah.
in
I
one or
remember
two
that.
bands.
And then for a couple of us, it was our first bands.
So which bands have you played with?
Me, I was one of the original. Well, I was the original bass player to Los Vencedores. That's where I started my musical career. Thank you to Alonso Jr. He's the one that I met him on the school bus, and he was like, "Yeah, my dad plays in a band or whatever." And I was like, "Oh shit, that's cool." He was like, "Yeah, I'm taking lessons for the drums with this dude. He's my dad's friend, which is Temo.
Shout
Sus
out to Temo.
Principitos, yeah. He's my teacher. He's my brother's teacher, and he's Alonso Jr.'s teacher as
Oh,
well.
damn.
And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." I got home, told my dad, and my dad, he was like, "Well, you want to start? What do you want to play?" And I was like, "Well, I like the bass." I don't know why. I felt like it was the easiest one. And we went to the pawn shop, and I bought me it was a Fender Precision. It was a Squire Precision. It was all black. I remember that bass. I don't have it anymore. I wish
It's
I
the
would
one
have
with
kept
the
it.
black mango?
Yeah,
Yeah, because you know how they have that
mhm.
that fender with the black on the mango.
No. It
No.
it was normal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a normal one. And yeah, we started taking lessons, me and my brother and Alonso Jr. together, and then from there we progressed. I played it a little bit for Juan Valderas, los maquinistas. Shout out to JB, wherever you at.
Primo.
Where
Uh,
that cuh?
and here and there, I helped out, several bands here and there. I've been fortunate enough to play with Jilgueros del Arroyo. I've played one weekend with La Maquinaria, which to me is the highlight of my fucking career, bro. 'Cause, I mean, who wouldn't want to play for a band like that? And other than that, I played with Pilotos. When Pilotos formed, um, I was one of the original band members there, me and my brother as well.
Mm.
And from there, that's when we started Coyotes.
Cool. All right. Let's go pass the mic on to Mr. Angel. Tell me what bands have you played with?
This is my first group.
This your first group for real?
Yeah.
So what were you doing?
I
before
mean, I
that?
was helping my cousin, Reverencia Norteña.
Reverencia?
Straight, where everybody pretty much started drumming, I guess. Like Horacio and all them.
Oh,
that's
for
where
real?
that's what,
What I should play
that's
at
where it
Reverencia too?
started. And Jordy también is where he started.
For real?
Yeah, but I mean, I would help him out here and there. I didn't know much at the time, but I would a little bit. But I joined Coyotes. I think I hit up Fern or he hit up. I think somebody, Dardo told me that he was looking for I was Extero player, and I hit him up and showed him a little bit I knew, but that's about it. I mean, I don't think I'm going anywhere else.
So before Coyotes, you're just holding around.
Yeah, I would just I mean, pretty, nah, but
Still
pretty much I
holding
just
around.
learned about sexo just for fun. There was never really for me to join the group. Just I did it because it caught my attention. But I mean, I was fortunate enough to be in a band, and here I am.
Yeah. What about Mr. Ivan over here?
Well, this is actually my first band.
For real?
Like, yeah.
I'm acting all surprised and shit for real.
But I would go to, I don't know, y'all know Fidel.
Fidel Castro. Shout out.
Shout out to Fidel.
The
there
Lil
you go,
Casey
Lil
man.
Casey.
The plug.
Plug.
Yes, sir. So he plays in a band called Desafío Norteño. And I would just go to their gigs, help them out for a bit y todo. And now I'm here playing with Coyotes, and I love it.
Está enamorado el primo. ¿Cómo ves?
¿Qué le das, John?
Le doy new sticks.
Lo amo.
What about you, Mr. Tran?
I'm gonna keep it short, bro.
Hell no, nigga, go long.
He whips out the fucking scroll.
So I originally started my music career with my dad, and that was that was my whole childhood, basically playing with my dad and his band, which was Unión 86.
Mm.
And
That's a pretty cool name.
yeah. I mean, back in the day, a name was just a name. Like it wasn't.
It wasn't really like that.
Yeah, you weren't trying to make a big impression, but so I started when I was 6, drumming. I recorded my first drum CD when I was about 8, and then moved to accordion through that whole time, and then I recorded my first accordion CD when I was 11.
A la madre.
So I mean, it's been on and off, and then from there, I was with different bands with Jose Torres Suelo Norteño, and then from there, I was with you, right? Well, I was with Reos. I was with Reos de San Luis. Saludos a los Reos de San Luis también que todavía andan por ahí. Baldo, Guerrero, and all them. And then from there, we went to Armonía.
Armonía.
To
Shout
La
out.
Armonía. To Roy
Shout
and
out to
Luigi.
Roy, Luigi,
Randy. And from there, we went to Luis Ruiz in La Embarcación. And then from there, we went to La Furia El Bravo for a while. And then after that, we went to Consentido. And then from there, we came here.
Damn. So
Yeah.
how long has that span been? How many years?
Since I started,
Yeah.
well, I'm 32 now.
So
30 days past September. April, June, and November. And all this time, I think it was like 2 leap years, to be honest. No, but so I'm 32. Started when I was 6. I mean, in 20 plus
Yeah.
years. I mean, that's a long career for anybody to say that's a career. But
That's a long time though.
yeah,
For real. Oh, yeah. So for me, I'm gonna pass it on to
I mean,
myself.
and for you, John?
And for me, you guys
Our
have to like host me now because I mean
Our
that's just
sax
weird.
player
We'll host
he's
you.
not present tonight.
The sax player didn't show up, so
He
I'm gonna go
didn't
ahead
show
and talk. For me, I started playing when I was like 15, so I'm 35 now. That's
Damn.
20 years. 20 years. So, but I started playing a different type of music. I was playing Duranguense, like I was playing piano. That's the first thing I was playing. My dad would always play music. You know that's typical, right? All the dads always playing music on the radio, waking your ass up, and you wake up and you can smell the huevos and chorizo and shit, and then you could hear the music in the background. And I heard all that shit,
Wait, was that the huevos? Was that the huevos and chorizo and tortillas?
This nigga, I took it to a whole nother level, shit.
Well, all I heard was that.
Torteando.
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 Oh, okay.
But it's because when it comes from you, I don't know what to
Yeah.
think.
Pinche
You gotta
Angel,
throw us off guard.
Pinche Angel Mac.
We
Every
gotta
time
be
yeah.
ready for Angel because he be throwing some stuff out there.
Yeah, so yeah, it was like I was 15, and my dad would always play music on the big speakers. I remember he bought these big old speakers in the pulga, and they had like wood grain in the front.
I remember those, the Cravens.
Fuck yeah. And then
Yeah, I remember those.
and he would be fucking just jamming all kinds of shit. That's when I was like introduced to all kinds of music. I remember he had, well, for me, and I said this in a few podcasts in the past, the person I look up to that made me want to play saxophone was Leo Olmos, and he knows that.
Universales, shout
to
out
Leo.
Leo.
At the quinceañeras, like every quinceañera I would go to, Leo, Los Olmos. Los Olmos.
Universales went through a
Universales.
span that, man, yeah.
Los Universales was playing everywhere, bro. And I had his CDs. Tú eres bonita. Remember that shit? Those fucking CDs, man. But my music is varied. My dad's from Zacatecas, Sombrerete. That's where my dad's from. So he would blast all kinds of shit. Tamborazo, Paraíso Tropical. And then he even put on Terrícolas and all kinds of shit, Villalobos with the flautas,
Mhm.
all kinds of shit. So I would just listen to everything. But then when I got into music, like music is whenever the Duranguense shit came out, and I was like El Sub y Baja whenever Montes came out, and I started playing a little Radio Shack piano, and that's what I learned on. And then I was like, well, what the fuck am I playing? What scala? Like I kind of started getting into it, like what is this? Like, so I learned my scales on that hoe, and then picked up the sax. I joined this band. We made a band. I didn't join a band. We made a band. Shout out to my old brothers, Daniel Alvarez, Santillos, everybody, Chito, all of you guys. Eloy, you guys. It's been a long ass time. But the first band I had was called. It was a joint effort, so it's not just me. But Conjunto Anochecer. That was a band, and that whole registered too. I registered that name. I know there's bands out there using that name right now. I ain't gonna say shit, but if y'all want to cut me a check,
Yeah.
I'll take it. But yeah, I registered that a long time ago, and it should be downtown, but I don't really mess with it. But after that, I was gigging a lot, and then the next band was Real del Oro. Shout out Christian. Shout out to Kiko, Eloy, Shaggy, everybody, all those people back in the day. El Gallo Siete. I think he sings with Diferentes Zacatecas right now. El Gallo, yeah. So that he was
Christian who?
Christian Barrera, Bimbo, se llama.
Oh, no.
Chris, you know Bimbo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's my homie.
Shout out to Chris.
Shout out to the plug. But yeah, after that, Duranguense, I took a little break, honestly, bro, because I was like being in charge of shit all the time. It's a pain in the ass, and I took a little break, and then I joined a tamborazo. I joined some of my homies from the first band. I just said they made a tamborazo called La Bufa, tamborazo Zacatecano La Bufa. I think that's what La Bufa. Shout out to you guys, Daniel Alvarez and his brother Orlando, and now his son even. So his son plays now. So it's a family affair now. It's badass. And after that, that's when I jumped into norteño music, and that's when I joined Armonía. And I was.
Damn, so Armonía was your first sax.
That was my first sax
band?
norteño, yeah. And I was like 22, 23.
Yeah, I've been knowing you for how long? Like 10 years already.
It's been
right?
a good minute, bro.
And I've never even known that. I thought you played. I knew you played Duranguense, but I never knew that Armonía was your first ever sax band. I mean, it seems like a little bit ago.
Yeah.
I know
That was
it's
my
been
first
a long time.
Yeah,
since
I remember,
Armonía,
bro.
but-
I was fucking nervous. I was like,
10 years goes by quick.
dude, fuck yeah.
yeah.
And when you least expect it, you're already like, damn.
and that's when I was introduced to the whole like norteño sax music. That's when I was introduced to Junior Sax, Clifford,
Rest in
Clifford
peace,
the
Junior
One,
Sax, bro. Rest in peace.
Luigi, Randy. That's when I met everybody, man. And shortly after, I met Trin and just everybody,
Mhm.
Vencedores, all them people. I used to know Senior from before he was with what was that other band called?
With
No,
no,
before
with,
Reserva. Con esta gente, con los
yeah.
Rentería
Damn, what was the name of
de
that
San
band,
Luis.
bro?
Ejemplo.
El Ejemplo de San Luis.
El Ejemplo San
de
Luis.
yeah.
Yep, I used to know him back
with
then.
Temo, my teacher, that's
That's where we
there.
played.
Yeah.
So back in the day, whenever I was playing Duranguense, me and my dad nos hicimos un sonido. Like we had a big ass sonido. We had a big ass truck, and I would put sonido for my band, and that's when I kind of started learning how to regular sonido and shit. And I would put in coleaderos, and that's when I met them and stuff. And I remember I told Senior, I was like, I play saxophone. I kind of want to play norteño sax. And that's when before he even did Vencedores.
Yeah.
So if it's funny how shit could have gone down, but I could have started with y'all,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Actually, the sax player, the original sax player, shout out to Alex.
Alex.
He came from Duranguense.
Yep. Shout out
And
to
I remember
them.
the first practice he ever showed up, he was like, because his brother was friends with Alonso Jr.
Okay.
And he got there and he was like, I'm just telling y'all right now, I ain't playing none of that Boloria shit. And by the end of it, that's all we were
That's
playing.
how y'all
bro.
were playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's when
You felt like you kind of once you dive into that shit, bro. Like you
Yeah.
le agarras cariño a that type of
yeah.
music.
And from funny story is that like whenever I took off with the Duranguense shit, Crispin, we went to school together.
Yeah.
Crispin took off and started playing with norteño stuff, and that's when he went with Adolfo and shit. So we both kind of started at the same time ish, but he went one direction, I went the other direction, and then we met up at the at the end of Crossroads and shit.
Yeah.
So,
Shout out to
but
my compadre
nigga
Crispin.
Crispin.
Hell yeah.
Shout out.
Muy
But
buenas gentes.
Yeah. After that, Armonía was La Multitud Norteña. La Multitud
Saludos a
Norteña. Shout out to Chapito.
Sí.
A lot of people from Armonía, we kind of stuck together, so it was mostly that. Shout out to Eric from Arkansas.
Yeah.
Eric Chavez.
Oh, man,
Shout out.
bad as
That
accordion
fool bad
player, bro.
on
Hell
the
yeah.
piano too. So shout out
Muy
to
perro.
him
Muy there's not many accordion players left like that can play accordion and piano.
and the piano like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, and Horacio was in that gang too. Horacio and Alex, your
Oh,
brother.
yeah, my brother and
Your
Horacio.
brother, and you helped us out a lot of times on our
Yeah.
when we first started up.
To practice, I
to
remember I helped
practice.
you out
Yep,
practice.
Yep. So, yeah, man. And after that, this is where I landed.
Hell yeah, man. You know
Yeah,
what's funny
los
when
Coyotes.
you say that about our dads and shit. I remember, like getting into my dad's truck, bro, and un pinche binder like this thick of CDs
Same.
of CDs and flipping through it. Oh shit, this one looks cool. I'm gonna just play it.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing like a lot of los Coyotes del Rio Bravo,
Del Bravo,
CDs in there, and I was like, man, once, because my dad passed away 4 years ago already, and whenever I was in the works of making the band, I was like, what can I name it? And I just that image always is in my mind, bro. That album, that
That
CD album, yeah, that binder or whatever, and that's why I went with that name. I didn't
My
even.
dad still has that binder.
I
Full of
wish I
CDs.
still had mine, bro.
Yeah.
One time we went to, because my dad was from Rio Grande, Zacatecas, and one time we went to Rio Grande and we were in the centro, I guess, or whatever. We went to go grab a bite to eat, and some guy was like, "Hey, les limpio las ventanas, 20 pesos." My dad was like, "Simón, yeah, go ahead." And we went to eat pollo feliz, and when we came back out, nigga, that he stole the fucking binder of CDs.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad still has his binder. It's not as complete as it used to be, but my little nephews, my sister's kids, and they all kind of like skip through
What's
there.
that?
Yeah, for real. My
What
dad
is-
still has
what
a
are
CD
these?
player. My dad still has a CD player. He still bumps all of our
So
stuff.
you're telling me you had to play music and talk to somebody else on something?
Hell yeah.
It's
Yeah.
funny y'all talk about CDs, bro. I was on cassettes.
Yeah, I mean,
That's-
I
that's-
still got to live a little bit of the cassettes, but pues, I'm a
That's what I
90s
learned
baby, bro.
on. That's what I had to learn on.
Yeah.
Mi papá me ponía güey, con la grabadora. Esta es la grabadora. Ahí está el disco, el cassette nuevo de los Tigres. O ahí está el de los Terribles. Y ahí iba, güey. Oh, I like that one. And ahí estoy como pendejo yo regresándole. Pushing the rewind. And go back and hasta que se chingaba la cinta de tanto regresarle.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into some more questions because we got a lot of them.
A ver.
So the Lalito. Yeah. Did we skip somebody?
No, he was the first one.
Yeah, he was the first one.
Don Chon, ¿usted qué toca?
Usted, Chon, ¿qué toca?
La vironga, dígale.
Vironga. All right, this one should be simple. Let's see. This one is from Sebas M817 que dice, "What's y'all's favorite bands?"
Ooh.
Let's keep it simple. We don't have to everybody say because we're gonna
Dude,
be here
there's a long
forever.
list.
That's
but
because I mean, when you start naming that, I think people want to go back to the old ones. I would. I don't know everybody else, but we want to stick to the modern ones.
No, well, I guess I'll just stick to what I know. And for me, there's no other band out there better than Los Rileros del Norte. It sounds cliche, but man, just those Los Rileros del Norte con Polo Urias. Those five
The
guys,
OGs.
The
fucking
OGs.
man, they
Manolo.
made
Manolo,
magic,
güey.
bro. Manolo,
Manolo.
Polo,
Ef-
Daniel, Chato, and
Efraín.
Pemo. To me, those guys are the ones. And then second place, very close, but a second place, Los Bravos del Norte, bro. Bravos del Norte, Ramon Ayala, for sure.
Okay. What's your favorite? Lalito? El Laliux?
Shit, I don't even know. But lately I've been listening a lot to like regio type stuff, like Ramon Ayala, Cadetes type of stuff, Invasores. But mostly, yeah, that's what I've been leaning more towards this time, like Ramon Ayala. I like all that type of music.
Angel?
I mean, obviously, I like Reneros too, but I mean, I grew up listening to Monterrey music, Regio,
Regio?
and Tejano. So that's where I originally picked up the Bajo Sexto. Well, because I have family in Houston, so they would just jam out to a lot of Tejano, and they would always jam out to Michael Salgado. Y pues, his brother Ernie Salgado was like the way he plays Bajo Sexto, so that's where I originally picked up the Bajo Sexto. Then pues, I like the way he plays. So I mean, that's where I guess Michael Salgado, like Los Bravos del Norte, Ramon Ayala,
Yeah.
and obviously pues Rieleros. But I mean, I guess that's where I originally picked up the Bajo Sexto because off of listening to Michael Salgado Tejano music. That's where I originally picked it up from.
See, I'm learning a whole bunch of shit I didn't know about y'all fools. A ver, Ivan, que no quiere hablar. A ver,
Oh.
mijo.
I would agree with Frank. Rieleros too. But
That's
then,
the easy answer,
yeah.
fool. You pussing out.
Yeah, man. It's,
Yeah, bro. Nah, but then I like Furia too, like old Furia. Yeah,
Okay.
old Furia. Hell yeah.
you're starting to get mixed into the new blood of the.
Oh yeah.
Right.
We're kind of like a best of both worlds and
Yeah.
shit.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So for me, I would say Rileros is definitely on the top. All that polo stuff. For me, it's more so about the sax player. For me, Pemo. Hector Molina. Shout out my boy. Also Lucio Molina. Let's not forget. But I bang all kinds of stuff, even the old stuff, Topo Chicos. Montañeses. I like the polka stuff. So that's where I get my vibe from. It's more so from Lucio and Hector. I mean Hector, los pinches CDs de Hector with Polo Diaz, Marineros. Adolfo. Yeah, that's my shit. That's what I like. All right, so let's jump into the next one. Oh, Trin.
No, yo nada, gracias.
Go ahead, Trin. Who's your favorite?
So, my favorite, when I was growing up, I want to say my favorite was Invasores con Lalo Mora. Güey.
Ooh.
And we're that's what I was talking about. Everybody has their own style and their own favorites, but lo mío is Lalo Mora with Invasores. And that's me because I can still go back and play that, and just jam to it and really really get into it. And even Cadete Ramonela, yeah, of course, but for me there's nobody else but like fucking Invasores and Lalo Mora when they were together.
All right, that's a good answer. That's like deeply rooted right there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I like that. All right. Next question comes from A. Rodriguez. Shout out to A. Rodriguez. Shout out. She's right
Sit
here.
down.
She's right here. She's right here.
Skip.
All right, so we kind of went through some of these questions. She asked them very, very polite, very formal. So this is a good question. What is the most difficult thing about being a musician? Lalito ready to answer.
Fuck.
I'm ready.
Go, Trin.
Remembering the fucking songs.
Okay.
All of them.
Forgetting your
True.
iPad.
Forgetting the start of Lamberto Quintera.
Or asking what tone.
Parra, cuz.
All right, go ahead and answer for real. Real talk. What is it?
What was it again?
What is the most difficult?
Could you use it in a sentence?
What is the most difficult part about being a musician?
Shit. I don't know, honestly. Guess just learning the music. For me, at least.
All right, Mr. Fern.
The hardest part of being a musician is it's gonna sound a little weird, but man, I think it's finding a group of guys that are actually all in tune of what you're trying to do. The thought or the idea that the concept you have for the band. Like it's really hard to find 5 or 6 guys that are all in it uh for the same and or what is it called? Like how could you say it?
We're in it to win it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
They have the same motivation, the same drive.
yeah, the same thought process. Like
Yeah.
like
That they vibe.
yeah, the vibe. Yeah,
All right, Angel. He thinking hard as
Damn.
fuck.
I don't know. That's a fucking good question though. I have no clue. I don't know what.
Ayúdale.
Yeah.
Are
Help
you
me
there,
out,
Ray?
Ivan.
Tune in his sexto and shit.
Tuning himself. Why the hell out of tune all the time?
Why is that? Well, let's stick with this question first.
He gotta remember to start in primera and not segunda.
True. Ivan.
Shit. I don't even know.
Then they having a musician long enough to know.
I'm already started.
he's like, I haven't finished my 3-month trial yet.
Well, let's talk about Ivan real quick.
Oh my.
Let me put him on the spot. He's like a 3-month-old musician right now. He already forgot his seat. It got stolen.
Nah, they stole it from.
Because you left it.
Man, fuck
like you don't pay
01.
attention. Last gig Saturday, he forgot his drumstick pouch with all his drumsticks in
Bro,
it.
I was sleepy, bro.
Yeah,
Ya me andaba.
He was just nervous because he fucked up the ending or he left
Yeah,
Lalo
That was-
halfway.
That was a bad ending.
Yeah.
Lalo was like,
But those are good experiences to knock out right now, because
Yeah.
later on, we won't forgive you. You're gonna get kicked out, my nigga.
Yeah.
Deduction.
Nah, no te
Yeah.
creas, no te creas. But it happens to everybody. I'll tell you
Nah,
one
hell
time.
yeah.
I'll tell you one time for me. I was so faded one time. I was fucked up, and I went to a gig. I was helping out this band, and I forgot my saxophone at the gig.
Damn.
I showed up fucked up to the house, and my dad's like, "Get your ass back to go over there again and bring it." Ahí voy, güey. Todavía hasta la madre. I was, and I went to go pick up the saxophone, and luckily it was still there.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Yeah, bro.
That's how you know the sax was meant for you.
That's how it was. It was a fucked up sax. They opened it and they're like, "Ask it."
Like, no wonder they left it there.
Yeah. What about you, Miss Trini?
What was the question?
What's the hardest thing about being a musician?
That what I said earlier. I think being
song?
being put on the spot, because think about it. We don't play just the same 20 songs every night. We play more songs. We play more songs than that. What's going on? What's going on? What's happening?
She's trying to put her 2 cents in.
Why are we whispering?
I don't know. Let's keep going.
She said, "What about it?"
But yeah, for me personally, I think it's being put on the spot. Hey, wait, avéntate esta rola. And we're like, fuck, we ain't played that bitch in forever, you know? For me, that's the hardest thing, is being put on the spot and then coming up with the music, like, or trying to remember the music, not just the music. You have all the adornos.
Adornos and the ending.
And I'm pretty sure, every accordion player, sax player can back me up on this, because, we play the whole harmony and all that, good stuff. Of course, you guys play. I'm not saying y'all don't play.
Man up, man up.
I'm saying
Man
y'all don't
up.
play. They got the easy part.
I'm gonna have to back up Trino on
Hey.
this one.
Nah, never mind. I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna sound too arrogant. I'm gonna sound too arrogant. Nah, never mind.
Nah, but it's true though. Like it's a lot of shit that we have to remember.
Yeah, think about it. If we don't start, y'all don't come in. Right?
Yeah, no, but I was gonna say y'all, like, everybody makes it seem like it's easy for us, but even though it's easy, there's guys out there that, man, they can't even fucking take it out.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I guess it's just back and forth. It goes both ways.
I think it's equal pull.
Like a
Just
bisexual.
That's why they call it a group. That's why they call it a group. It's a group effort. All of us play our part. It's not just like playing primera segunda. Just is that feeling.
Yeah.
You know, so it's todos tienen que aportar una parte, algo para que se escuche bonito. So I think that's the pretty part about music.
That's what sets you aside from the rest. Is when everybody puts equal.
Well, yeah, when they all put their part in together, that's
Exactly.
what makes it, I guess,
Unique.
Yeah, unique. That's what gives it the flavor, the seasoning, and everything. You know.
And I guess I'll answer the question, right? I'll answer this.
And
question
then, John?
For me, the most difficult
then?
part about being a musician, I think for me is the balance, life balance. You know, back in the day, the people who taught me how to play saxophone, Don Cipriano Garcia, Chal, shout out to Chal from Sombrerete, Zacatecas, all those people that showed me how to be a musician. It was the responsibility of being a musician because you're not going to play for yourself when you go on stage. You're going to go and present yourself, and you're going to give the people something to remember for the rest of their lives, even. And whatever gets imprinted on that CD, that DVD, that whatever the fuck they're using right now, you know, for the USBs or whatever the fuck, that gets imprinted and that gets saved, and they watch it, and their loved ones watch it, and then their little kids watch it. You know, it's a memory.
Yeah.
So for me, the responsibility of having to perform and up to everybody's expectations, and sometimes even missing out on your family's parties, you know, a lot of the times, back in the day, more so now than anything, I think it's being a musician is hard, and it's respected and it's admired. I feel for me, it's something that I personally hold to ¿cómo se puede decir? Like
A high standard.
a high standard.
Yeah, I was gonna
A
say
musician that knows what it is about. Yeah, está llorando acá, Angel.
Angel getting emotional.
He's getting
Man,
emotional.
this shit
over here.
got deep real quick,
I
bro.
think that's for me. You know, I think that's something that we all have to say, and it's not just like, oh hell yeah, I'm gonna go and play this song and boom, like I got una aventura, fuck yeah, pa 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 pa. But tell me, how many times can you play that aventura, missing out your sister's quinceañera, missing out your mom and your dad's anniversary, missing out, you know, I missed out my graduation to go gig. I missed out on all my cousins' quinceañeras. You know what I'm saying? I graduated early because I wanted to make sure I had time to do music. For me, that's the most difficult part about being a musician. It's like the responsibility, and I don't know, just like holding yourself up to that standard, and it's not as easy as it seems. You know?
It ain't easy.
Nah.
It's not easy.
And it's getting.
It's not. It's a sacrifice. Everybody thinks we don't sacrifice, but once you start getting up there, you sacrifice a lot.
Yep.
Time is the main thing that goes out the window. Time, your family time, that goes out the window. That's the first thing to go.
Oh yeah, and it's even harder for me now because like I have the studio. You know, I'm recording bands. I have to keep a calendar. You know, my family has to put themselves on my calendar to make sure I don't miss something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I have the studio, I have the podcast, I have the band practices, helping out with social media pictures and stuff like that.
Quit lying, bro.
You
We don't
know?
even practice.
Yeah,
We don't practice no more. We don't practice no
We
more.
don't even practice. Quit lying.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
one thing
but-
that I've always told Angel. It's like, man, Johnny puts in 100% in everything that he fucking does, man.
Yeah,
And
like-
that's not just because you're right here or because you're my friend or because you're my bandmate or whatever, man. It's just you put a lot of hard work and dedication into your stuff, bro, and that says a lot about you as a man, as a person.
I appreciate that, man. So yeah, man, it's tough. It's tough, but I think at the end of the day, I do it because I want to make sure that I leave something for everybody else to see that this can be done. This fool did it. You know, I want to try and do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
Hell
But-
yeah.
yeah.
See no?
See no. All right, I'm gonna jump into the next question. That got kind of deep. Let me
Yeah,
see.
we went.
Damn, John.
Open up the waterworks.
Okay, let's see. We're gonna keep on going with Miss Angelica's question. She's got a lot. We said influences, right?
You don't say.
Who
Yeah.
is that person, anyways?
So advice. Let's talk about giving advice for somebody that's coming up. I know, Fern, you got a story. This happened
Man,
to you like last
yeah.
weekend, no?
Last weekend, bro. Friday we played at Muchacho Alegre, and I was in the pisser, dude, and I finished. I finished, and I was about to wash my hands, and this
I need a
kid,
beer. You guys need a beer?
Yeah.
This kid, he came up to me, bro, and he was like, "Hey, y'all played badass," and I was, "Oh, I appreciate it, bro." Me agarró como que, ¿cómo se llama?
Como
Like,
desprevenido.
desprevenido,
Hey,
yeah.
Simón.
And he was like, "Do you have any advice for me, like to start up a band, like kind of like y'all?" I froze, bro. I didn't know what to say. You don't get asked questions like that on a regular basis. And I after he left, I had all the answers for him, but at the time, I was just like, man, just practice. That's all I could come up with was just practice. And yeah, man, that it kind of caught me off guard, bro, because I was like, man, I can't. I guess whoever that was, man. If you see this, shout out to you, bro. I'm sorry I didn't give you the answer you were looking for, but if you whatever you need more answers, just hit us up, bro. We're open to give advice.
Watch
bro.
the podcast and you'll get all your answers. We promise. That's a good question, though. I think Ivan has the correct answer for that.
A ver, Ivan. Oh, it's raining.
Oh shit, my second.
Go get it. Go get it.
Fuck.
Oh,
More
that's another
space.
piece of advice. Don't leave your
So-
sexto on the outside of your truck.
Do not leave your instruments in the back of your truck. Don't
Don't leave them at 01
Don't
either.
leave them out one either, because they'll disappear.
And watch your
quick.
step as well.
This nigga said, watch your.
Watch your step. Tell him, Lalo. Tell him what happened, Lalo.
Hey, Piloto, shout out to
we
Tutti,
don't-
man. He
Tutti.
fucking
Speak of that.
Tuti.
he did us a solid that night.
My boy Tuti, the hat shaper.
A ver, dile la historia, Lalo. What happened?
Nah, I don't want to talk about it, dijo aquel.
He said it's too painful to
It's too
remember.
painful to remember.
Hey, but what about the other guy though?
Shit, you should have seen the other guy.
I should have seen the other guy.
My homie had a little altercation with the
Yeah,
stairs.
pobre Lalo, bro. He fell at 01 Fort Worth. 01 Fort Worth. If you're watching this, there is a lawsuit coming. Nah, just fucking with y'all.
Still waiting on my check.
Yeah, he missed a step, bro. He missed a step. He fucking fell down a flight of stairs and he hit his head on the handrail and fucking the handrail won.
Yeah, for real.
I know Angel's got a lot to say about that.
No, but then what happened the next day? Wait, what did we do the next day?
Oh, the next day we came to record the live and
We took pictures, bro.
and we
the
took
next
pictures
day.
and we took pictures. Yeah, Lalo gangster as fuck. Lalo, you took him for the team.
That
though,
nigga
for
Lalo
real.
look like the dang was that guy from Friday, Red. Nigga look like Red and shit.
Se lo chingó Debo.
It's like, oh, he gonna cry in the car.
Shit.
Yeah, for real.
Lalo
Okay,
just wanted his chain back, y'all.
I got another question for you. Let's. This is for K Rod and the Sola. Shout out.
Shout out to Bay.
Shout out to Bay. Other than music. Oh shit. Other than music, what other hobbies do you have? Come on.
Go Lalo. Toke.
Toke it up. Other than music, I mean, I just draw and stuff.
That's true.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he drew this.
Let me draw you.
He drew my logos, both of my logos for Castro Studios. He drew them.
Hey, John, he's saying he's trying to draw you like a French woman.
Oh yeah, you gonna give me like Titanic?
La pone
Yeah.
como la de Titanic,
You
güey.
gonna give me like
Let me-
Titanic?
Let me give you a necklace real quick.
Nah, but he does have some drawing skills, bro.
Yeah, Lalo is a badass fucking drawer, dude.
I
Artist.
remember he did that drawing for me for Castro Studios, and he gave it to me on a piece of paper. I said, I want to make this shit come to reality.
Yeah.
And I
how
got
it
somebody to
starts,
make
yeah.
it, and that's the logos.
Hell yeah. Badass logo too. I like that one.
The one for hats, right?
I
This
like
one?
both, but I think this one's yeah. Real comp, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you talking about the one on the side right here?
Yeah.
Or the one I got on the shirt? I'm putting it out there, you know?
What about the one on the chest?
The one on the chest, Moskeando Y Pisteando.
Yes,
De allá de abajo, güey.
Y este de abajo es... No, he didn't do this one.
Oh, he didn't draw that one?
No, he didn't do this one.
So you're trying to give him credit for what he didn't
Yeah,
do.
no, but this is, just shout out, putting the plug out there.
Man, hobbies. I don't have any other hobbies outside of work and music. That's pretty much it. Music is, I guess you can say, that
The long-standing hobby.
long-standing hobby. Yeah.
Yeah. Scallies.
I ain't really got no. I mean, I go to the gym. May not look like it, but but shit.
Hey, you've been losing weight though. I've been watching you.
Nah, I mean, I try to keep up, just for my health. But other than that, I mean, I really don't have any other hobbies.
Cachucha.
Just go gym, I guess.
Scallies.
For me, Work, just work.
That's not a hobby.
It's not a hobby.
He's a 3-month-old musician. He's a 3-month-old worker
Yeah.
too.
Oh hell no.
Nah, he's been working for years already. Then yeah.
You wanna buy? True.
What's my hobby? This is not a well, yeah. I
It
guess
is a
so.
hobby, dude.
It's a hobby.
It is a hobby.
Music is part of music to me.
It's a paying
No.
hobby.
It ain't paying, but if y'all wanna, shout out, if y'all wanna throw something my way, I'll take it.
Damn, nigga.
I'm gonna put my Patreon account or something. Drop a like, put a finger on
Nigga,
that.
send
bad
an
boy.
email to
Put it on
YouTube,
like.
nigga.
Yeah.
Like a Cash App name or some shit. Nigga.
Yeah, I don't know. I never thought about getting paid for this stuff, but if y'all want to throw something my way, I'll take it.
Shout out for the $1 dono.
And then,
And then let's move on to the next question. Let's see.
thank God, 'cause I
We
didn't
got a lot
have,
of questions,
I
bro.
didn't have nothing. ¿Qué digo? Oh, I like to eat.
I like to eat.
I like to eat.
Shout out, we're not coyotes, we're pesados del norte. La verga.
Peso. No hay peso pluma, hay puro peso. Peso mucho.
Nos van a cambiar, nos van a poner peso completo.
Hell yeah.
What that different TikTok say? He's like, no son los coyotes, son los tambos del norte. Shout out to you, my
Shout out
nigga.
to you.
Hey, fuck you, nigga.
Craziest experience as a musician.
My nigga Lalo Feo.
Crazy as in how though? Like,
Like, I don't know, like crazy, like damn, like we just lived through that. Like that's crazy.
Crazy, like in scary crazy.
All of it.
I got one.
Oh, shit.
A
I
ver.
got a good one. We're on the way to practice. And we had
Okay.
a gig that day.
Oh, that's a good one.
That was a crazy experience.
I wasn't
well,
there.
Well, yeah. Well, it was my fault. I forgot about that gig.
I'll tell you what happened. We were all coming to practice here because we were getting ready to. We had a gig the next day, and we're coming here to practice. And I posted like I always do. I posted on my Instagram page that Coyotes practice tonight, and then like 2-3 seconds later, was it Mika Sax? He texted me on there. He's like, "Hey, bro, are y'all not playing tonight over here?" And where was it? Irving or
It was
somewhere in
Carrollton,
Dallas, no?
Somewhere shit like that.
Carrollton, Louisville, somewhere.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
So he's like, y'all ain't coming over here. Everybody over here is waiting for y'all. And then I said, what the fuck? I texted Angel. I was like, hey, what's Mika talking about?
I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't have nothing on my agenda. I was, tell him to send a picture of the contract. And
And he
sure
did.
enough, luckily enough, we didn't have to put no sonido or anything, but
Boom.
we play for like 2 or 3 hours towards the
Hell
end
yeah,
of the day.
we just went home. I was like 2 minutes, 3 minutes away from here.
I was halfway over here and had to bust the Chicano U-turn and shit.
Damn.
Damn, that was pretty crazy. You had one.
Yeah. So, it's back when I was with Furia. So we had just got done playing. Can't remember. It was a club in LA, and we had just got done playing. And so back then. Furia used to have a motorhome, right? It's a big one. So we get on, and somebody starts fighting, bro. Somebody starts fighting right in front of on the left side of the bus. The bus. And then out of nowhere, pa, pa, pa. Oh, wait, latinaron, güey, a la motorhome. Latinaron, but we go and look, a little bitty 22s, caliber pistol. But it was scary because all you hear is, o sea, los chingazos. Pues está cabrón, güey.
Who else got one? Because I got a good one.
Oh, that was lame.
I don't think I've told anybody this. I don't even think I told
I think Fern got one too, nigga.
Fern.
got
Throw
one?
yours out. Throw yours out.
Fern, you don't remember, nigga? He got deboed. fool.
Hey, I was there. We were all
They
there.
were all there. Texas Republic.
Texas
How ass
Republic.
nigga, they trying to pay up.
Yeah, I guess I'll tell that one. I wasn't trying to give him any fucking light. Fuck Texas Republic. Fuck Manny Flores. Anyways, yeah, we didn't get paid, bro. We went to go play. It was Universales, Pilotos. I was with Pilotos that night, and Vencedores played too. And we freaking played, dude, and everything was going good. But no, it wasn't going good because to begin with, we get there and there's no drum set on the stage. And we're over here trying to get a drum set on the stage, blah blah blah. And then the guy, I guess from the sound rental or somebody said, it's gonna cost y'all $200 if we bring one. And we were like, well, nobody's ever charged us for a drum set, but if that's the case, well, then whatever. Blah blah blah. We play, we get off the stage. It's the end of the night. Comes down time to get paid. Uh, they're kind of giving us the runaround. Like they're not wanting to pay up or whatever. Um, then George's dad, Jorge Fierro Senior, was over there trying to
get paid.
Yeah, he was trying to fix the situation. Then George, the son, goes over to see what's going on because he's like, man, what the hell's going on? He goes over there, and the guy that was on the stage picking up the fucking cables, like, and the mics and all that shit, he starts talking shit to George, little George, and they start getting into it verbally. And then he hops off the stage, and I was like, "Hey, man, chill! Like, hey, like, let them resolve it or whatever." And I guess he thought I was against him, which I wasn't. So he kind of started trying to push me, and pues, once you get pushed by somebody, pues, your first reaction is to push back or whatever. So we started kind of like tussling, like we just started wrestling, and he tried to punch me, and out of the side of my eye, I see this guy like cocking back, like he's about to punch me. So I because I was holding him, he was not going nowhere, bro. And I put my hand out like that to block his shot, and when I put my hand out, he fucking got loose and he hit me in my nose, bro. And I was like fucking pissed. I went to the back because they kicked me out. Obviously, the police, they grabbed me and they pulled me out. And I was telling the security guards, "Hey, tell him to come outside." Blah blah blah. I was bien caliente, and then thankfully my guardian angel Johnny pulled up with Karen, and they were
It
like,
was,
"No,
well,
go home."
I had to first hold back this focus. He was trying to get in there too.
Oh, yeah, well,
Angel was
yeah.
over there getting into his own shit over there on another
Yeah.
like.
Nah, because when we're already leaving, I just remember it was me, Tony from Pilotos, and George.
Davito.
And it was like three big niggas under I guess security guards or whatever. I just remember seeing one swinging at Tony.
Yeah.
He got hit. I was like, shit, I cocked back my hand and I let that shit go and I hit that nigga.
Yeah, that was crazy. That, man, that's the first time that has ever happened to me, and probably the last, bro. If we don't ever get paid again, fuck it, I'll just go home.
Yeah. All right, so I got one for you guys. I was playing with a band. I spent you know how I told you guys that I was I graduated early. There was a band that I played with. I forgot to mention. It was for a short amount of time, a few months. Se llaman Alacranes de Durango. That's what they were called, Alacranes de Durango. And I went on tour with them. Right, I was on the road, so it was like I was out and about playing different states and shit. And I would only come home for like 2-3 days and then leave again. So one of the times we went out, I remember this shit. We went to Louisiana, and the salón no tenía pinche aire, para empezar. El pinche salón estaba packed. It was fucking 100 degrees outside at night. You know what I'm saying?
Louisiana, he don't play.
That shit's nasty, bro. And then we played, and we got done, and there were some people, like a family of people that were like, "Hey, come to the house. Like, we're gonna cook or whatever. We'll feed y'all." And pues we're all in one bus. It's not like I'm gonna say no, you know. It's whatever they want to do. I'll go.
Short bus.
It was a short bus. So we went, and the house was fucking small, right? So we couldn't all eat together, right? So and I didn't really want to go. So I was like one of the last ones to eat, you know. They went inside. There was like a fucking little table because según hacían tacos and shit, you know. And they all had fucking tacos, and they were all done eating, and I was the last one. I didn't feel like it, you know. And I went in, and I sat down, and I saw a plate because they had served you the tacos with todo, pues, you know, all the fucking servings and shit. And then, I don't know, out of curiosity for myself, you know, I was like, what the fuck am I eating, you know? And I fucking opened that taco, Nick. It had worms, fool.
Sick.
It had worms. The fucking tacos had worms. And I was like, ugh, hell no, I'm not fucking eating this shit. And I said, oh, muchas gracias, me los voy a llevar para comer acá. Me los voy a llevar para afuera a comer, you know? I took that whole outside because I wanted to show these fools. And I said, ¿Cómo estaba la comida, guys? ¿Está buena? And they're like, yeah, está buena. And then I opened the taco, miren, chequenlo. and everybody like, no mames, like fucking worms. They were all like, ugh, everywhere was everybody was fucking throwing up and shit.
Yeah, that was a good story. Yeah.
and then no, they had to like whenever I guess they heard us throwing up or shit, right? And they got I don't know, some people got mad. It was like a trailer park. It was a lot of trailer homes, you know? And we fucking booked it because they got mad. They got mad at us, like, "Que no les gustó nuestra comida and shit or whatever." And it's the same story like you, right? They started popping off and shit. And it hit the window, but it didn't like break the full window, you know. It just kind of like it made a little, yeah. But it was enough to hold it in place.
Yeah.
So I saw it. It was like a little fucking one of those pellet BBs, you know, shit. But it was enough to kind of do something to the window. But yeah, that was my story. That's crazy. It didn't happen to me, but I saw it, and all those other fools ate it.
Dang, that sucks, bro. Fuck
Hell
that.
no.
I thought you were gonna say some crocodile or some shit. Because in Louisiana they eat that crocodile meat.
They
and
do,
shit.
yeah. Yeah, but that was the story for me.
Tacos de cocodrilo.
All right, I'm gonna ask you guys the next question. That's some shit I never told anybody. That's crazy. All right, here's a good question. SLP Edgar07. What do y'all feel that y'all gonna open for Hermanos Espinosa at Malloy October 8th? Who wants to answer that?
Man,
Hermanos Espinosa Malloy at the Coledero. We got
It's,
that October 8th.
it feels good, bro, because I guess, I mean, no por menospreciar any other bands that we have opened up for or whatever, but I think this is a band that's on the come up right now, like, que está pegando bien duro. And shout out to Los Hermanos Espinosa. I feel like it's an honor, bro. Like, it feels good to open up for a band of that caliber.
Yeah. I think the thing that makes me feel good about it is that the people who make these paquetes consider us.
Yeah.
And they put us on that package.
Yeah.
For something like
says,
that.
It says a lot about us, I guess.
Yeah. And then we got the Profugos too, right? So
we got Profugos
twice.
That's another one
Next
right
week.
there.
And it may not be a big accomplishment for a lot of people, but I feel like it means a lot to me that people are noticing that we're putting in effort to our band, you know?
I mean, we came a long way.
We came a long way. Yeah. And we came a long way since when I first started. So I don't know how bad it was whenever, well, not bad, but how how it was before I had started.
What? Started what?
With the Coyotes. Like, how was it? Like, was it hard for y'all to get gigs? Like,
It was aight.
Well, thankfully, Dallas Fort Worth is a very, very, very populated area, and it gets, since it's so populated, I guess we get a lot of work because there's a lot of work out here.
Shout out to Fort Worth. That's where all our work is at.
shout out to Fort Worth, keeping us busy.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody who que nos contrata. For real, shout out to all of y'all.
And I'm sorry that, I mean, y'all called us and we're booked. Should have called ahead of time, homie. I'll pay double.
I paid double.
All right, so I think I want to let's kind of wrap it up real quick. It's a good podcast. I think it's a lot of good information. I think let's talk about what we have coming up. What are we doing? What's in the near future for us? I'll let Angel and Fern.
I want to ask a question too, but after this,
Go for it. Yeah.
for everybody, because it's something like I feel like we need to know about each other or whatever. It's a little kumbaya effect right now. But coming up, man, we got another EP in session. We've got it in the process. It's in the pot. Cooking
the pop.
We're trying to put out content for you guys, and we're gonna try to put material out there for you guys, for us to get more known, and for you guys to get familiar with Coyotes del Norte. And got a lot of big plans, man. We got a lot of big plans. I feel like it sounds cliche, but we got a lot of big plans. We even got features coming with a lot of
2 albums.
yeah, we got 2 albums,
different
2 live
albums.
albums coming out. We got some features on one of them. We may even have a feature with one of our close friends. Actually, this is her studio or whatever. We might
Ooh.
do a little collab with Gardenia, and Yeah, man, I think that's what we've got pretty much. Is just a lot of big plans coming up.
Yeah, that's the new thing that I started doing is videos. So anytime I implement something for myself that I charge these fools too. Nah. You know, I give them a little discount on the low ski, but you know, it's and anytime I implement something for myself and my people that my team of people, and I have a
Hey,
team now, Karen and
yeah. Shout out
Gardenia.
to the Castro Studios team.
Shout out to the team.
Hey, Johnny, we get the 10% employee discount.
You got that 5-finger discount. You get that 5-finger discount. But yeah, I mean, I started doing videos. So shout out to La División for allowing me to do their video
Para
en
el
el
primo
rancho.
Edson.
Para el primo
Saludotes,
Edson,
Ivan.
saludotes.
Compa Pete.
David.
Man,
Yeah,
shout out to my nigga Huicho, fool.
Banda, shout out to my boy
Man,
Wicho
Cocaine
too.
Bear.
The King Bear. Cocaine
My boy
Bear.
Weech.
Shout out
But-
to también Alex Ibarra. He was part of.
Shout out to
he was a
yeah,
bass
let's talk
player
about
for a
that.
while.
Shout out
Shout
to
out to
everybody who's
Alex.
formed part of the
Lalo.
band. El Huicho.
Ahí
Alex Ibarra,
Para Armando
Armando.
Rodríguez también. Un saludote, primo, ahí donde esté.
Luigi, who helped us out
Luigi.
for a little bit too.
Luigi. Let's not forget
Boy
my boy
Luigi.
Luigi.
Alex was a part. My brother was a part of Coyotes.
Oh,
for a
yeah.
while.
The three
That's
Alexes
true.
that were in
El
the band.
Conguero.
El Segundeo.
Yeah.
Conguero / Segundas. No, but Johnny, I wanted to ask. I wanted to ask the Coyotes your influence in the music. Who is your influence? Who influences you to play the instrument that you play? Who do you look up to? Starting
Well,
with
I
Lalo.
guess I'll start
Oh,
off.
okay.
Well, like I said, I mean, I grew up listening to. I mean, I was at the time I was listening to Rileros too, but I grew up with Regio. But I guess I want to say, well, Ernie Salgado, Michael Salgado's brother. He's one of my top favorite bajos exteros in the Regio side. Eliseo, Cornelio, and I mean these are probably some people that don't like Juan P. Moreno. He's a good badass bajo sextero. They're more on the Regio side, but those are who I really listen. The Tejano side, something different. I mean, but that's who I really. I mean, I was listening to Regaleros too, but like I said, really what really caught my attention was like the Regio side. That's how I really started off with those bajos sexteros. I mean, it was when I officially started. I learned like accordion for like 6-7 months. But then I was like, it kind of got a little bit too difficult for me because I didn't have a teacher. I learned bajo sexto and when I learned accordion a little bit just off of YouTube, nobody taught me how to play. I didn't have a teacher. Shout out to YouTube.
Then I taught him the rest of what he knows.
Yeah. Without Frank, we wouldn't all be here. There wouldn't be no Coyotes.
No. It's how it starts with y'all. I mean, y'all had the initiative.
A ver, Lalito.
Lalo. Influences in the music game.
I guess mine would be like
Luther
JB.
Vandross.
probably like the nigga.
Luther Vandross.
Diana Rouse.
Nah, like probably like Tony Melendez.
Oh,
shit.
Tony
shit.
Melendez, like
You know, that's one
Freud,
that doesn't.
Spitia
shit.
también,
Freud.
and El Lechuga, Jose Lechuga, I think his name.
Damn, you all Cali.
Even though I
dog.
can't sing like them niggas,
Yeah, but
but
no,
shit,
them
them
badass.
fools sing badass, real badass.
You know,
That
those
fool
are
went straight up Cali, huh?
yeah, those are three that don't really get mentioned a lot. Like they
I mean,
okay.
there's a lot of badass singers, like
yeah.
old school and all that, but like those are the ones that at least I would listen to the most when I was younger and all that.
Not even gonna lie, but whenever we get contracts, there's always a compliment about Lalito. They like the way they sing. Like he has a badass voice.
He does have a good voice.
I
But it's
mean-
not just me though; it's like
No,
all of
I
us
know.
that
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's that sauce.
that sauce.
If not, we lost without the sauce, man. Shit.
Shout out to my nigga Gucci, Gucci Mane.
Pass it to Ivan.
Yeah. Yeah, you do got a good voice. I gotta give you props for that because I think you do have a great voice. A ver, Ivan, el calladito.
What was
Who's
the
your
question?
influence?
Your musical influence.
It's gonna sound crazy, but it was actually Tio Chon. Like he brought me into music and everything, into the drums. Like I remember that he would bring me my first drum set and everything with my dad. Rest in peace, my dad.
Le está dando sus flores, Don Chon, eh?
Yeah, and I would always be with them, with Lalo, and hearing them out there. Yeah. Now I'm here playing drums.
Hell yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah.
badass, man. That's a good answer. Train.
Yeah, jokes. Pinche brincos
He
dieras.
said Jose Torres.
¡Ay, los coconitos!
A ver los coconitos.
Man, that's a hard question for me, bro. Because
This is extensive, right?
It's a good,
yeah, because I mean, the first person that put me on everything was my dad. You know, even to this day, my dad still, he'll mess around with his accordions at home or whatever. But I think for me, it's just gonna be my dad.
Good answer.
It's just, I mean, I don't have any other answer. Yeah, I've been influenced by, every type of music and every type of musician, but for me, the first person's always going to be my dad. I mean, that's the person that bought me my first drum set. It's the person that bought me my first accordion. So it's my first sax when I played sax. So it's just going to be my dad for me.
Good answer. Same for me. My dad. Always blasting music, even until this day. When he's not home, he still got the speaker on loud. Every time I pull up when they're not home, the speaker's still fucking blasting. So for me, it's my dad. My dad's the one that put me onto music. They put my sister onto music. It's a family ordeal. Yeah. And as far as influencers, like people who influence the way I play, I think a lot lately, Lucio Molina. Lucio Molina for me is the person that I listen to a lot, and I'm like, damn. And I pick him because a lot of people don't want to play like that because they can't, So they want to try it or
They
whatever.
find it challenging.
It's a challenge.
It's a challenge.
Tell the
Lucio Molina's
audience,
a challenge.
because we were fortunate enough to play with them two weekends ago.
ago.
Yeah.
And tell the audience what he told you when you got off stage.
Yeah, it's me chorreé for real because we played with Lucio and Hector, and shout out to them. They're gonna come on to the podcast too, so stay tuned for that. Lucio Molina is just on. I can see him on the bottom of the stage and stuff. And every time I hit one of his licks or something, he'd be like, yeah. So whenever I went to put up my saxophone, he was over there. He's like, no hombre, dice, cómo me gusta verlo, dice, toca muy bonito, bien macizote usted. Yeah, and then that was the second time I played with him. The first time we played alternando with him was with La Multitud back in November. I think last year, was it? He was, me preguntó, he's like, ¿cómo le hace usted? Dice, para tocar tantas polcas seguidas y después seguirle con un guapango así, like, I mean,
Blew his mind, brother.
I don't know if it was, him being nice or whatever, but I have admiration for him. I respect his
Lucio's always been like that, bro. I told you last time, Lucio's one of the most humble musicians that I've ever met in my life. Him and Hector.
Hector, yeah.
They're very humble, bro. And very talented.
Very. So to me, those words I'll hold forever. It's like one of my idols is telling me, damn, he likes the way I play.
That was good.
So that's it for me. Lucio Molina, Hector Molina, and I mean, there's Keith to an extent. Keith to an extent. I listen to a lot of his stuff. The first few CDs, those are my perros for me, my personal taste. Was the first few albums, Sin Barreras.
I think everybody who's a Maquinaria follower is gonna say those first 2-3 CDs, Maquinaria are just damn.
Yeah, I mean, nothing against anything that they brought out, but for me, like the flavor that inspired me was Keith back in those few 2-3 CDs at the beginning. Yeah, for me, that's because if you think about Keith, it's like Polo Diaz. You know what I'm saying? So if you listen to Polo Diaz and if you practice Polo Diaz songs, you practice Keith.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
All the Polo CDs was Keith.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's it for me. Bamo, of course. I don't think we have to say that, but
nah, because those are kind of like
That's
ones
just
that are
a
etched in
given.
stone. Yeah.
It's just a given.
Well, I think that's a good wrap up. What do you guys think? Am I missing somebody? I keep on forgetting somebody all the time. Go ahead, Fern.
I already know that one.
Yeah. No, but initially when I started playing bass, man, because I've always been a huge fan of La Máquina Norteña, de Polo Díaz, and mi chorro Jody Vasquez, saludotes.
Jody, yeah.
Hopefully we can bring him on to the podcast too.
Yeah.
I'd like to be a fly on the wall on that one.
Hell yeah.
From Grupo Veneno, ex Polurias, the way his presence on the stage, the way como se colgaba el bass, and the way he played, like his
He be going
licks,
like
his
this.
runs, yeah, licking the fingers, bro,
Yeah.
all that
Oof.
shit, bro. I mean, siempre me
Lickety
chorreó.
lick.
Then more towards the middle, then towards the end, I started picking up a lot of Adolfo shit, bro.
Yeah.
Adolfo with Marineros, and even with his own recordings, he recorded bass on most of his.
He does most
his
of
own-
his
yeah.
instruments, no?
He does drums and
Accordion.
bass and accordion, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken. And I started leaning more towards Adolfo. And también one that's kind of etched in stone for a bass player is El Barragas, bro. Jose Martinez, El Barragas from Los Bravos del Norte. He's man, everybody says it and it's the truth, bro. He is the pillar to what it is to be a bass player, bro. If you're a bass player and you don't understand the concept, listen to Barragas, bro, and you'll understand it.
People don't know who Barragas, so they don't know who he played with.
Yeah, El Barragas es El Barragas. Barragas played with Ramon Ayala back in the days, Los Bravos del Norte, and very, very badass bass player, bro.
Cool.
That's all I can say about him.
I think we hit everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know. I forgot a lot of people in this amount. My apologies, because I'm always the last one to talk, and I've
Yeah,
been
yeah,
interrupting people. My bad shit.
You stay, Don John?
But okay, I think that's gonna be the wrap up for this. We're gonna go ahead and take a little break, and we're gonna come back with a song for you guys.
Hell yeah.
So this was Coyotes del
Los
Norte.
Coyotes
everybody.
del Norte.
Stay tuned. I'm coming for you.
Claro que sí, nosotros somos los Coyotes del Norte, aquí para todos ustedes en esta bonita noche. Le damos con esto que dice más o menos, suéltemela mi primo Trini, y dice... Me despreció mi novia cuando más yo la quería. No supo comprenderme, yo no me explico por qué. Sería por mi pobreza o su maldito orgullo, porque me siento limpio, yo nunca le fallé. A Dios le estoy pidiendo que se busque un apoyo, que sepa comprenderla y que la sepa amar. De lo que estoy seguro que le van a sobrar, no más para destrozarla, la echan a volar. Ay, ay, ay. Y échale mis coyotes. Nos juramos amor ante Dios y ante un altar. ¿Cómo iba a imaginar que ella me iba a despreciar? Ahora que compirendo ya me estoy dando cuenta que así como la quise, así la voy a odiar. A Dios le estoy pidiendo que se busque un apoyo, que sepa comprenderla y que
que estoy seguro que le van a sobrar. No más pa' destrozarla, la echan a volar.